And welcome. David Levin here, Raising Your Game today. This is Tuesday, so we're talking about life in sports. Fridays are for the rest of our lives, outside of sports. This week, I want to share another mental game lesson. This time, from Brooks Koepka. I think I'm saying that right, Koepka? One of the top golfers of his generation. So golf, of course, is a brutal mental game, all that time to think. Not quite as hard as tennis, in my opinion. You're mostly playing against yourself rather than a direct opponent. You can talk to your caddy, help figure things out. It's much less physically demanding. Not saying it's easy, just compared to tennis, but still brutal for sure. So it's no surprise that the top players would have great insights into the mental game. So Brooks Koepka was asked a question about his game. The question was, what do you think about over the shot? Meaning, as he's getting into position, getting ready to hit the ball, what's going through his mind? And his answer was perfect, classic. He said, I don't think about anything. He just looks at the target and instinctively makes the shot, trusting his process. That is the key to peak performance. In the moment, getting out of your head and letting your training come out, executing what needs to be done to succeed in the moment. That is the key. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy, of course, or as simple as it sounds, but it is helpful to keep that simplicity in mind as you work to improve your game. So let's break that down a bit to have a better understanding of what he's really saying. I don't think about anything, just look at the target, instinctively make the shot, trust the process. Now, if you really pushed, I bet it's not quite true that he's not thinking about anything. I bet there's actually a lot of thinking going on. It's just exclusively about the upcoming shot. He's looking at his lie, he's talking to his caddy, he's choosing the club, deciding on his approach. There's a lot of mental activity going into it. What he's really saying is that he's not thinking about anything other than that. He has his process. There are mental aspects to it. There are physical aspects to it. He does the same thing every time. He doesn't let any other thoughts in to that process. That's the real key. It's not necessarily that there's no thinking involved. Your ideal process may involve a lot of thinking. The real key is that you want to make sure those are the only thoughts allowed. No distractions, no negative thoughts, pure focus on what you need to be successful in the moment. That's the biggest, most powerful factor. It's the thing most athletes struggle with. And it's why our Raise Your Inner Game Sports Academy training is so helpful. It teaches you exactly how to do that, to intentionally direct and control your thoughts and emotions in the moment. But that's not the only lesson in Brooks's comment. The other important piece that too many athletes overlook has to do with training. Look again at what he said. He looks at the target, instinctively makes the shot, trusts his process. Sounds great. Sounds easy. But where do his instincts and process come from? They come from an insane amount of hard work and practice. I could go golfing today. I could follow his example, look at my target, quiet my thoughts, make the shot instinctively, and it would almost certainly be an embarrassing mess. Why? Because I don't play golf. I haven't studied it. I haven't practiced it. I haven't put in the work. Here's the thing. No one is born with sports instincts. No one. We learn our sport through practice and play. If we're really into it, we'll train and practice and train some more. And over time, our knowledge and skills work their way into our subconscious. That's when they become instincts, and it's the only way they do. So it's great and helpful and important to learn how to control your thoughts and let your training take over, but that only works if you've done the work of creating those instincts in the first place. If you want to get to the next level, there's only one way. Put in the work. Now, you can accelerate that by also working on your mental game at the same time, but all that does, and again, it's super important, it's the difference between good and great, but all it really does is help you get out of the way of your training. It helps you play more consistently, helps you not choke under pressure, stay positive, all of that. But your actual ability is based on your work and training. So those are the mental game lessons from Brooks Koepka. First, he doesn't say it, but you need to put in the work to develop those skills and instincts. But once you've done that, the key to taking full advantage of them is to learn to block out the mental and emotional distractions so you can be fully focused and present and trust your process. To learn more about how our mental game training helps you do that, there's a link here in the notes. Check that out if you want, raiseyourinnergame.com. Otherwise, I hope that was helpful. I know I find it inspiring to hear someone say it so clearly. What are you thinking about? Not thinking about anything. I love it. All right, thank you. Keep up the good work. I'll see you next time.